Welcome everybody to Relic News. Today we're going to be speaking with Harold Marchant. Some of you may know him as Harold's Old Detectors. Anxious to hear what got him started into this hobby and how long he's been in the hobby for, and maybe some most memorable and favorite finds. So let's get to it, and we're going to give him a call. So Harold, you're from New York?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am right now, but I used to live in Pennsylvania, and I found a lot of stuff back there in Pennsylvania. My parents got me a detector for Christmas back in 1971, and I think it was called Treasure Trove. I think that's the name of it. And they're behind my house. They were putting a new interstate up. So I went down there, and I got a piece of tinfoil. So, you check your holes a second time. Well, I said, there's something gold there. And I looked down, and it's a $5 gold piece. 1849.
Are you kidding me?
No. So, when they did that, I took it, brought it home. It cleaned up real nice. It really cleaned up really great. It was all shiny and everything. And I took it to school with me the next day to show it to one of my teachers, and they had a coin book. And he said, well, this is back in 71. So he says, oh my God, it's worth $750 right now. And so he says, go on down to the science lab. They'll let the science teacher look at it. So he put it through a magnet test because everybody thought it was fake. And then he did the acid test, and he says, oh my God, it's freaking gold. So I brought it home, and I had teachers follow me all around school. They were saying, oh, you're the guy that metal detects. I had him. Teachers never liked me, would come up and put their arms around me, said, you're the guy that metal detects. So my mom had a safety deposit box. So she wrapped it in a Kleenex and put it in the safety box. Well, when she passed away, I opened the safety deposit box, and a piece of the Kleenex wasn't there anymore. So she probably tossed it out. So probably somewhere in a landfill is my $5 gold piece.
Oh no! So you found a piece of foil, then you found a gold coin. Now, this was...
Yep, this was back in 71.
So when was the very first time you even heard about a metal detector? Was it when your parents purchased it for you, or did you want one?
Yes, yeah. No, I didn't really want one. It's just my dad says to give me something to do, and I kind of liked it. And so, in 74, 75, I picked up it was called a Jetco Treasure Hawk, I still have it. And because of the coil being black, every time the sun would hit it, it would change I'd have to keep changing the settings, almost like a ground balance, but, so I painted it yellow so the sun would reflect off of it. And I didn't have to set it so much anymore.
Really?
So that I didn't find too much stuff, but until I got a Garrett in 75, when I got my first job, I got a Garrett treasure hunter. And I found a gun barrel, and I got a permission to do an old horse racetrack. and I found a bunch of spoons and a Brooklyn Dodgers pendant that goes around the neck. Brooklyn Dodgers pendant and part of a sword. The gun barrel I found about a mile away from a battle site that was in 1779. The battle was. But the gun barrel, I thought it was a pipe at first, and it turned out to be a hexagon barrel, and it has the initials CS in it, so I have no idea what that means to this day. Then I got what I'm using now is a groundhog, ADS groundhog. I haven't been able to get my AT Pro or my AT Gold yet because a lot of things came up, and you know how it goes when you have to use it for other things. So I'll have to wait. I'm getting ready to retire, so plenty of time.
So your dream machine would probably be the AT Pro or the AT Gold?
Hey, I think it's going to be the Gold. I think so. From all the review.
You were saying your barrel had the initial CS. That has nothing to do with like the CS buckles we see, is it?
No, not at all. It was scratched in there.
Oh, so like somebody's personal initials, maybe.
Right, and it's, I have no idea.
It's like personal.
But I remember probably personalize it. But the funny thing is, I had to find the $5 gold piece for the $20 detector. That's what.
Well, right there, it proves to everybody that even with a cheap detector, you can find treasure.
Yeah, I don't have that one anymore. I have my second detector, but.
Okay. What would you say was your most challenging in metal detecting overall? What has been the most challenging thing for you?
Not finding so much junk. I'm finding a lot of junk. Like right now, see, do you ever watch, did you ever watch Tiny House on television?
No.
Well, I live in a tiny house.
Yes!
I'm on a tiny house on wheels.
So cool! Eric and I had watched a show about that, and we were even talking about ourselves on how we would like someday actually to reduce to a tiny house, because our house is not that big, but tiny houses are awesome, absolutely awesome. It gives you so much more freedom. And
I live in a 396 square feet house, so I'm here.
Sweet.
I live in an old horse pasture. This land that I'm on is 38 acres, and all this area was settled in the 1700s. So I'm here. I'm in the horse pasture. I haven't found a horseshoe yet. Up here. That's unusual. I found spoons. I found traps. I found all sorts of stuff like that, but I've not found a horseshoe since I've been here.
Oh my goodness, and that was a horse pasture. So you pretty much go right out your door and you can hit amazing history.
Oh yeah, I have a cellar hole right over here. The weeds are all grown up, but I'm waiting a little bit and I'll hit that. So that's where I found my large set last year. And it's a bunch of square nails, so like Kurt says, you have to dig it all to find the good. And I know there's a lot of good here.
Absolutely. You got to be really patient, swing slow, and keep digging. And the more you dig, the more it'll expose other stuff underneath, the more it moves stuff around. Lots of stuff. What would you say was your most memorable find?
The $5 gold piece.
That's gotta be. It's gotta be. I mean, you just start metal detecting, you find that in everything you experienced at school, and wow. What would you say is your favorite find?
It took me 40 some years to find a pocket watch. My first pocket watch. I found that in 2014. That's when I hit that cellar hole for the first time. It took me 40 years and I haven't found an Indian head penny yet.
Really?
Really, I haven't found one yet.
So you haven't found your Indian penny. Wow. Oh my goodness, I'm all the way out in Canada and I found a few already.
And it's eluding me. I don't know why. I see everybody have them all on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my God, there's got to be one. Where I found that large set, I think that's where I'm going to find it.
Oh my goodness. Everybody has that one find, no matter how long they've been metal detecting. We all seem to have that one thing that eludes us, and sometimes it's as surprising as an Indian penny.
And I haven't found a crow bell yet.
No crow. And you live in that pasture.
That's right.
Have you found any sleigh bells or anything, any other kind of bell, or?
No, I haven't. I find lots of spoons. I find like stealth diggers. I mean, if there's not an episode without a spoon, then you're watching the wrong episode.
If you were to give to a tip to any metal detectors out there, what would you say? What would be the first tip you'd like to give them?
Be patient, and if you find an old house site, do under the clotheslines where the clotheslines used to be, because you hang your pants up, your change falls out.
That's it. There's also sometimes you can actually look for indications. Is that a cuckoo clock? Oh. We lost Harold. I've got a still frame. I'm not sure if you can still hear me. Oh, there we go. Call dropped. So let's see if I can give him a call back. I actually forget where we were. What were you just talking about? Oh, a tip.
What?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's see. And know what else I find? If you do up to 3 days after a full moon, you will find a lot more stuff. Because it's like, the way the moon acts to the oceans and stuff like that, it also acts to the metal in the ground. So we got a full moon coming up here soon.
You know what? Isn't there supposed to be a record supermoon or something? I wonder if that does anything.
I imagine it might. But I know after a full moon, everything gets activated. Like for up to 3 days after a full moon.
That's with it. So your tip to everybody would be just patience.
Patience, yeah.
Patience.
That's what I have to have here for now, because I still have to hit that orchard yet. I still have to hit that. It's a little messy down there right now, but I could probably walk about 500-600 feet and I'll be there.
I know we've detected an orchard before, and that's a good place. We found quite a few items in the apple orchard, and so where can people follow you if they'd like to follow you? Are you you're on Facebook as Harold Marchant? Now I say Marchant because it's in French.
It is French.
Oh, it is French.
Actually,
yes.
It is French, yes. And when it came, well, see, it used to be Marchant because we were English, and we moved to France. So instead of the E, they dropped the E and put an A in, and it became Marchant.
Well, I'm glad that I actually pronounced it in French then, because I have the hardest time pronouncing some people's names, and I always seem to throw French in there. If it looks like French, I'll say it in French. So people can follow you on Facebook. Is there any other places that you hang out where?
It's called Harold's Old Detector on YouTube.
Okay. So you're on YouTube and Facebook.
Right.
Is there anywhere else?
Not really. Just on YouTube and Facebook.
And that must be enough, right?
That's enough. When you get to be my age, I still have to use my phone. I'm thinking about maybe getting a GoPro somewhere down the line. After I get my AT Gold. Yes.
There's actually a question I realized that I didn't I didn't ask you. And I was trying to listen to you and I forgot.
Put it in your blooper reel.
Yeah, really, eh? I hate when that happens. I really do. It's like I had the question there and then I just get so, listening to you and I just lost it. Lost that question. I know there's one, and it's pretty much to see if you have any goals for 2017, anything that you wish to accomplish in 2017 in regards to a find or a place you want to go or something like that.
Well, I actually look outside my house, and there's a stone wall that goes for about a mile up the hill. I did find a couple, when I walked the dogs, I found a couple more foundations, and I'm waiting to see the people come down off the hill to get permission to do there because it's posted. And I have not seen them yet, but there's this one that has, you can see the fireplace in there. You can see where there's a break in it where they had their little cow pasture. I want to get permission for that one. It looks like a great place. I mean, had to be a big house.
So your 2017 goal is to land this permission. Oh, I wish you all the luck. I really hope you land it. It sounds like you're set for life with what you have just in your yard and
just outside my house. I don't have to, if it's just going to be me detecting, I'll be fine for a while.
A lot of people often will say, there's nothing around me. You guys are so lucky to have the history, or you're so lucky. And realistically, when Eric and I first started, we thought the same thing. And we're like, oh, there's nothing around us. And, everything's been built over and this and that. But as the years go, I mean, there's always something. You just have to look for it, be patient and persistent, and it'll come.
Right. Exactly. Oh, yeah. I found an United States Army ring at a beach. And I tried looking up the owner, and and I looked all over, and I never found it. But it turns out it was a fake anyhow.
Oh.
It was only 10% gold or something like that. It was a very low quality. It was an imitation. But I have a picture of that too, but I found a cobbler, shoe cobbler's tool.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a foot.
Oh wait, those things that they for the shoemakers, and they used to do the heels
right.
And to work on them.
Yes, I got one of those.
Wow, it was so fun to talk to Harold. What do you think of his very first find? A little piece of tinfoil and then a gold coin. That is such a cool story. Thank you so much, Harold, for taking the time and talking with us and sharing your story. What an incredible story. I think my favorite of all has to be that gold coin. Back in 1971, you pull out a piece of tinfoil, get another signal, and that gold coin. Now that's just an incredible, incredible story, and thank you so much for sharing that with us. I hope everybody really enjoyed this episode of Relic News, and we'll see you next time.